PayPal stock has been going down for, geez, about a year and a half. And it's been surprising to me, frankly, because PayPal is a really good business. They've been growing the top line revenue. They've been profitable. They've been generating free cash flow. But there's a story out there. I guess some investors believe that their business is going to be taken over by the likes of Apple through their Apple Pay, as well as other options for payments. I don't quite completely believe that idea. I think there's some good competition out there, but I think that PayPal could actually take market share away from the legacy, payment processors. And I'd like to share that analysis with you. I'd like to share what I'm doing with the stock. I'm currently a PayPal stock holder, and I'll make a decision in this video whether I'm going to buy more shares, I'm just going to hold my shares, or I'm going to sell my shares. I'll go through my process that I use in evaluating companies, and I'll use that process to evaluate PayPal on my decision going forward. Do me a big favor and like my video and subscribe to my channel. That'd really be nice. Now let's get into PayPal. PayPal started about 25 years ago, and they provided really one of the first platforms that can allow people to pay each other without it being this big giant, process of either starting a bank account and then, issuing out a check, or using a credit card, which required a pretty long process for a vendor to apply to become, a credit card taker. And so forth and so on. So they really simplified it. And from there, they continued to make the process of paying each other easier, and for businesses to, begin to accept credit cards and private payments as well. I've used PayPal, for those 25 years. I also started a business where we were accepting credit cards, with PayPal. PayPal was mainly our partner, and they did make it very easy for a business to really start taking payments. So that was really nice. You might be a Venmo user. I mean, Venmo makes it really easy to send money privately from one person to the other. And I think that one advantage that I think PayPal has is a culture and as a strategy in the market is they continue to adapt to how the world operates. Now that we're fully connected, everybody has a smartphone. I think PayPal has advantages in being able to work in the way that users want payments to happen. One of the latest things that they've done is they've actually have created their own cryptocurrency, a stable coin for PayPal. Now, is that going to work? Maybe, maybe not. But I like seeing that PayPal continues to really adapt to what the market is doing. And for all we know, a big part of the market is going to start adopting cryptocurrencies because they make a lot of sense, frankly, for me. And I'm not going to dive into that too deeply. But I would just say that I'm glad that PayPal continues to go into spaces that I think the marketplace is growing in. PayPal stock is very undervalued. The stock market will sell you shares at $62 per share, but I believe that each share is actually worth about $108 per share. So there's about 73% upside on this stock. That's a big number. How did I get there? Well, I get there by looking at the cash flows that I expect PayPal is going to produce. I take the cash flows and I grow them just a little bit at 7% per year, which is very conservative based on their growth rate. And this number is solid. They've done this type of cash flow each year, free cash flow, for some time. I looked at it. It was 4+ years that they produced more than that number. Terminal value, meaning all the cash flows that they're going to generate in the future are in this bucket. And I'm going to discount the cash flows that I expect in the future by 9%. I get to a intrinsic value of $125 billion. I add the cash. They have a good amount of cash, and they have a little bit of debt, $10.5 billion. So I add the cash and take away the debt and get to an equity value of roughly $129 billion. The market cap's only $70 billion. So that allows the cash flow, discounted cash flow method shows that there's an upside of 83%. Now, earnings per share are also really solid, profitable company. They have a good PE, and it offers up an 53% upside, meaning that using the earnings per share values computes to a $95, a price target, but shares only trading at 62.85. So the whole story of, is PayPal going to continue to grow? Are they going to be a viable competitor in this space? I just don't believe that the negativity in those stories. And I actually see the numbers are very, very solid. I would actually put it back on Visa and MasterCard. Those companies were started in 1960s. Their paradigm is at this point 60 years old. And I think PayPal is going to continue to take market share away from Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. Their paradigms are very old and their cost structures are very high, where PayPal is far more flexible, less costly. And I think adapting to the new ways of making payments online and on our smartphones and person to person, far better than their competitors, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. It's interesting to see where the PayPal stock has been over the last 5 years. It's pretty incredible to see that the stock was trading at $300 per share, about 2 years ago. And man, it has dropped from $300 per share down to $60 per share. Now, I like saying this because it should make a lot of sense to most people. The company that was trading at $300 per share is the same company that's trading at $60 a share. It's the same company, same business. They actually are producing more revenue now. They're actually producing more profit now. Same cash flow as they had 2 years ago. So why is it that it dropped from $300 to $60 a share? That's roughly about an 80% drop in the share price. If, let's say, half the people are right, half the people are wrong, then let's kind of, cut the difference, which would be roughly around this stock level. So I like looking at graphs because it shows me where the market is potentially very wrong about a stock. And this isn't going to be the first video you watch on PayPal that says this stock's undervalued. This might be the 20th on YouTube. I watch them and I agree with them. I actually think, the stock price is actually worth $108 per share, and it's only trading at $60 per share. So there's really a good room for upside on this stock. So it looks really good. Year to date, it's down 20%. It continues this drop, that started back in July, August of 2021 and hasn't let up. Now, I have a process I've developed over the years of looking at a company and trying to be consistent in how I look at each company. And it involves 4 key criteria, followed by decision to buy, hold, or sell. And the first criteria is, I put myself in place of being an owner. Do I want to be an owner in PayPal? Do I want to be part of the fintech industry? And the answer is yes. I like PayPal. I understand their business and I understand their profitability, understand their free cash flow. So I want to be an investor. I think their management team is doing a great job. And I say that because they continue to grow the company. They continue to grow the services and continue to expand the ways that they can grow their top line revenue, serve their customer. So I really like what they're doing. Debt is well below 3 times EBITDA. In fact, they have more cash than they do debt, but even their EBITDA, they have such high EBITDA, they can pay all their debts in less than 1 year. Very good discount on PayPal. One of the best propositions in the marketplace right now. Therefore, I'm going to continue to accumulate, PayPal stock. I already own PayPal, and I owned PayPal 5 years ago. I sold it. It had run up really high. I was out of the stock for maybe about 1.5 years, 2 years. But once it dropped to a level where I thought, boy, this stock's just too discounted. And I began to buy, and I continue to accumulate PayPal stock. So as you're likely to hear on YouTube, a lot of people are evaluating PayPal. And I would say that the videos that I'm watching, there are few videos that say that PayPal is overvalued and the stock will continue to drop. There are many videos that say the PayPal stock is really undervalued, and at some point it's going to start heading up. And obviously, this video is favorable to PayPal. That I think the stock price is way too low, and there's too much value in this company. I don't think that PayPal is going away. I actually think PayPal is growing, and you can look at their income statement, and there's the evidence. They've grown over the last 20 years quite effectively. Their product portfolio looks great. So I'm a bull on PayPal. We'll continue to accumulate shares of PayPal. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you can like my video and subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate that. Good luck investing in 2023.